Hare Krishna, dear friends. So, today is the appearance day, the birthday of A.C. Bhaktisiddhanda Swami Prabhupada, the founder of the Hare Krishna Society, otherwise known as the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Now, the verse I recorded, verse 30, I recorded it yesterday, and Prabhupada was actually born on Janmashtami Day, which was yesterday, but he moved his birthday the next day because he didn't want to be born on Krishna's birthday or celebrate his birthday on Krishna's birthday. That was the story told by his sister Pishima. Now, this verse that we're going to study today, verse 30, Vainham Kvavantam Aravinda Dalaya Taksham Barhavatam Samasitam Buddha Sundarangam Kantarpakoti Kamaniya Vishesha Shobham Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. And verse 32, Angani Yasya Sakalendriya Vrittimanti Pashyanti Panti Kalyanti Chiram Jaganti Ananda Chinmaya Sadujvala Vigrahasya Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami. These two very beautiful verses, they are sung by Yamuna Devi in a recording produced by George Harrison quite a long time ago, back in the 70s. And every single Krishna temple opens the doors, which called Greeting of the Deities, to show the deities in their daily outfit, and they play these two verses. And so I will do a video with these verses in that tune on another occasion, but I just wanted to mention how important this one verse is, and verse 32. Okay, so thank you for your participation in these videos. It's a very auspicious time, and I'm very blessed to do this for you. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, friends. So now we're studying the most beautiful verse 30 on this most auspicious Janmashtami day. And the verse goes, Vainham Kvavantam Aravinda Dalaya Taksham Barhavatam Samasitam Buddha Sundarangam Kantarpakoti Kamaniya Vishesha Shobham Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Such a sweet and beautiful verse. Now this is an odd word here, and it's kvanantam. And that's kind of a hard word to say because you say venam kvanantam. And so it's a little bit easier if you just change that V to a W and you say venam kvanantam. In English, we don't really have such complex sounds for our words. And so I know that whenever I teach this verse, people bug on this one because it's so difficult. Vainham kvanantam. So just turn that into a W. Vainham kvanantam aravinda dalaya taksham. I'm sure Krishna will forgive you. And so this beautiful verse, the Venam means a flute. And in the Srimad Bhagavatam, there's a very beautiful section called the Venu Gita, where the gopis are describing the beauty of Krishna through describing his beautiful flute. And it's called the Venam. Venam Kvanantam, which is very sweet. Playing his flute. Venham Kvavantam Aravinda Dalaya. Aravinda means lotus, and Dalaya means petals. So Aravinda Dalaya, Dalaya means a blooming petals of a lotus. Aravinda Dalaya Aksham, whose eyes, Aksha, are like a blooming lotus petals. Venam Kvavantam, playing the flute. Aravinda Dalaya, blooming lotus. Aksha, eyes. How sweet and beautiful is that? Barhavatam Sam. Barhavatam Sam means a peacock feather that's on the head. Barhavatam Sam, a peacock feather on the head. Asitam Buddha. Asitam Buddha means that his bodily hue is like a blue tinged cloud. Now, when you look out, the sky's blue. That's not what they're talking about. If you ever seen a storm, the clouds look this like bluish, blackish, grayish tinge. And so Asitam Buddha means this bluish cloud. How beautiful. And Sundarangam is just simply means just a figure of beauty. So very beautiful, blue-tinged figure, form that has a peacock feather on the head. Bharhavatam sam asitam Buddha Sundarangam. So one thing to note is sometimes they break these words up and it makes it difficult to really understand where you should break up your syllables. Bharhavatam samasitam Buddhasun darangam. Bharhavatam samasitam Bharhavatam samasitam Buddhasun darangam. Bharhavatam samasitam Buddhasun darangam. And then Kantarpa Koti Kamaniya Vishesha Shobham. Kantarpa means Cupid, a god in Hinduism that shoots you with arrows and you fall in love. So Krishna is so beautiful that when Cupid sees him, millions of Cupids, when they see him, they are kamaniya, charmed by his beauty. So if you're struck by the arrow of Cupid, you fall in love. When Cupid sees Krishna, millions of them, they're charmed by his beauty. How sweet and beautiful is that? And then Vishesha Yogam, his sweet and beautiful, unique loveliness. So this line, Kantar Pakoti Kamaniya Vishesha Shobham, means that from his beautiful, unique loveliness, millions of Cupids are charmed by seeing Krishna's amazing form. And then the last line, the refrain, Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. I worship Govinda, who is the Adi Purusha, the original person. How beautiful. And so the translation, Bhaktisiddhanta's translation is, I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who is adept, expert in playing on his flute, with blooming eyes like lotus petals, with a head decked with a peacock feather, with a figure of beauty tinged with the hue of beautiful clouds, and his unique loveliness charming millions of Cupids. How amazing. We're speaking of divinity here. We're speaking of God, and in such a sweet, beautiful, loving way. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So this is a very beautiful purport. Prabhupada reads this in an explanation in one of his records. And he says, the matchless beauty of Krishna, the supreme Lord of Goloka, is being described. Krishna, the all-pervading cognition, has a spiritual form of his own. The form of Krishna is not a fanciful creation of the imagination formed by visualizing the beautiful things of this world. What Brahma saw in his ecstatic trance of pure devotion is being described. How sweet is that? Brahma has seen this, and he's just describing it. Remember, he hears Krishna's flute, and that flute is Klim Kamadeva Vihidmehe Pushpabanaya Dhimihi Tano Nanga Pachodiyat. And from it, he becomes completely awakened, and he sees a vision of Goloka, and he sees Krishna there. And this is what he's describing in his transcendental, ecstatic vision. Krishna is engaged in playing upon his flute. That flute, by his enchanting musical sound, attracts the hearts of all living beings. Just as a lotus petal produces a pleasant sight, so the two beautiful eyes of Krishna, who cause the manifestation of our spiritual vision, display the unlimited splendor and beauty of his moon-like face. The loveliness that adorns his head with peacock feather figures the corresponding features of the spiritual beauty of Krishna. Just as a mass of blue clouds offers a specifically soothing, pleasant view, the complexion of Krishna is analogously tinged with a spiritual dark blue color. The beauty and loveliness of Krishna is far more enchanting than that of Cupid, multiplied a millionfold. Now, he says here that the complexion of Krishna is analogously tinged. And we'll get into, when we get to the Shamasundar verse, what this means. I won't give away the surprise. But put that in your notes. Why does he say analogously tinged? Okay? Hare Krishna.